Most of the successful businesswomen I work with are anti-quotas. Most of the men who've had very good experience and, long in their careers and have tried to get more diverse teams are pro-quotas.
Yeah.
And if you see what's happening in Europe, most countries are going towards quotas for the boardroom because they recognise that, whatever it is, and you can argue as to the exact reasons why women don't get to the board level, it's just not happening. And people have lost patience and they say, well, you can argue whether it should be in executive roles in the UK, you can argue whether it should be 20% or 50%, but actually in executive roles in listed companies, it's 4%. Now, you're doing better with non-executives because you get up to 12% because it's relatively easy to fix that quickly because you can add more non-executives and things like that. But if you look at the core issue of women coming up through their own companies to the board level, it's 4%, and that's not right.
No, I agree with
so, I think forcing some of these issues so that people are actually looking at, at least this is a first step. There is some bias in the system.
Right.
Let's do something to get that bias out. What I found in my last corporate job in BT, where we had very male-dominated culture, an engineering sort of company really in terms of its intake, and actually a heavily male intake because of the nature of the work there. What we started to do there was just say, look, we expect you to at least find a way of getting one woman on your management team. And I started with 16 people on my team, all men.
Right.
And, I set the tone a bit from the top, luckily enough having some very talented women that I could promote up into, promote or hire in. But then we just said, well, over the course of the next year, let's see if you can get a woman onto your top table, or if you don't have a woman, come back and tell me, what are you doing about developing some of the ones? And over the course of a year, 360 managers, only 2 or 3 of them didn't have a woman on their team, and 2 of them were women, interestingly enough.
Oh, interesting.